From Washington, this is VOA News. U.S. Vice President Biden condemns the Boston Marathon bombing suspects. New worries over China's bird flu. I'm Ray Kugel reporting from Washington. U.S. Vice President Joe Biden strongly criticized the two Boston Marathon bombing suspects during a memorial service Wednesday for a university police officer, who authorities say they gunned down while fleeing 3 days after the bombings. The vice president questioned why anyone acts to terrorize innocent people.
Why? Whether it's al-Qaeda central out of the FATA or two twisted, perverted, cowardly knockoff jihadists here in Boston. Why do they do what they do?
Several thousand mourners gathered at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology to remember the slain policeman Sean Collier. U.S. investigators, meanwhile, have questioned the parents of the two suspects, Tamerlan and Dzhokhar Tsarnaev, in the Russian Republic of Dagestan. They hope to determine what might have influenced the sons in the months before the attack. Deadly violence in Iraq left at least 30 people dead, mostly in a battle between Sunni militants and government troops in a town north of Baghdad. Government helicopters were called in to drive out Sunni militants from Suleiman Bek. At least 15 militants and soldiers were killed. Another 15 people were killed in apparently unrelated violence Wednesday, 7 of them in a car bombing in eastern Baghdad. In Bangladesh, an 8-story building collapsed on the outskirts of Dhaka Wednesday, killing at least 96 people and injuring about 1,000 others. Authorities say emergency personnel continue to dig through the rubble at a shopping center to find people who remain trapped in the debris. Tessel Pauli, the international coordinator of the Clean Clothes campaign, a network of labor workers and unions based in Amsterdam, spoke with VOA.
Of course, it started with a loud bang when this building collapsed, and this has created enormous chaos. From that moment on, it has been many rescue teams all heading towards that building. I understand many people going out in the streets to provide the first rescue to the victims of this collapse.
The building housed a bank, shops, and some garment factories. A moderate earthquake struck Afghanistan Wednesday, and its tremors were felt in Kabul, Islamabad, and as far away as New Delhi. The U.S. Geological Survey says the 5.7 magnitude earthquake struck 25 kilometers northwest of Jalalabad. That's the main town in eastern Afghanistan close to the Pakistani border. A provincial government spokesman says 9 people were killed and at least 115 others injured in the earthquake. Afghanistan's President Hamid Karzai met with Pakistan's Army Chief and Foreign Secretary Wednesday, hoping to ease tensions between the neighboring countries ahead of NATO's pullout from Afghanistan next year. U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry brought the leaders together in Brussels at the residence of the U.S. ambassador to NATO. 2 Buddhist monks are reported dead in southwestern China after setting themselves on fire at a monastery to protest Beijing's policies in Tibet. Sources in the region tell VOA the 20-year-old and 23-year-old protesters were monks at the Kirti Monastery. A top World Health Organization official says a new strain of bird flu in China has left 22 people dead and spread through 7 provinces and municipalities. World Health Organization official Keiji Fukuda says the H7N9 strain is an unusually dangerous virus for humans.
There are a number of studies that are being started and that will be done over the next several months, over the year, and I hope that we come to a much better understanding about the transmissibility of this virus.
Taiwanese authorities also confirmed their first human infection of the H7N9 virus. U.S. Defense Secretary Chuck Hagel visited Egypt Wednesday following stops in Israel, Jordan, and Saudi Arabia. Edward Uranian has more.
Secretary Hagel's visit to Cairo comes amid political tensions between Egypt's mostly secular opposition and its Islamist leaders. Low-key meetings with President Mohamed Morsi and Defense Minister Abdel Fattah al-Sisi are expected to cover defense ties, security concerns, and regional developments. Hagel said Tuesday that the U.S. and its allies need to remain closer than ever as challenges in the Middle East become increasingly complicated. Hagel is due to end his five-nation tour with a visit to the United Arab Emirates late Wednesday. Edward Uranian for VOA News, Cairo.
And I'm Ray Kugel, VOA News.